Yes, this is an update. So after going to pull it, and I bent the shit out of this thing on another truck. It's not mine. And, you know, it worked. I got the goddamn thing out. This is it. I did not cut it in half. Really wanted to. But it's out. Oh, man, I got some work to do. They don't make any new ones. So there's the zip tie thing. There's the clip that's broke. So I have to connect something to that. Metal on metal and a plastic clip. Look at that. Ugh. That's all gooey and wet. That's disgusting. I don't think I need the flapper. I can get some stuff. They gotta have some foamy shit to, you know, be able to put on this. I'm sure they got something. Anyway, so to get this off, can't remember his name up there on the S10 forums, but he helped me out. He probably had a different S10 because I had to take the bolts off of here, and you know I had to take off the brake master cylinder. Didn't have to touch the clutch master cylinder, but all the pedals are unplugged. Kind of hit it with a hammer to get it to knock it loose. But on other S10s that I've seen at Pull It today, earlier this morning, on this side, you can see them. It was the complete opposite. So I guess it's got to be different brakes. They have to have different brakes than what I have. So, but, oh man. I'm almost over my head on here, but I'm not going to let this... This truck was running like a month ago. But I also found another S10 that had a dash, same color, gray, dark gray. I'm probably going to try and pull that off before it's too late. The other one that I found of this piece, the bottom was all mangled into shit, like somebody kicked it. But anyway, so that's how you take it apart. In other trucks, it's going to be the bolts from this side are going to come loose underneath the steering column, but on this particular 87 S10, 2.5 liter, has AC. That could be a difference too. It is from the other side. So, but anyway, got it off. You know, I just wanted to clean the fucking thing out. That's all I wanted to do. And I have to get some new, like this foam stuff right here. This is awful. Like all of it everywhere is just garbage. You know, I know it's old, but I'm doing a lot of work to try to keep it clean. They said they put in a new heater core. That's not a new heater core. That's like the original heater core. So they lied, and I got to clean out those parts. I tried to find that part on the right, but the screws and bolts were so old, I couldn't get them off. So, but yep. And I also found the new light bulbs for those down there. Anyway, appreciate all the help, but now I just gotta clean the bloody piss out of this, get everything bolted back up, which I can just go back to Pull It and look at everything, because nobody wants this stuff. You know, they want that new piece of plastic to make their dash look nice. You know, that's what they're looking for. But anyway, thank you for all the help. Appreciate it a lot. Okay, so here's another video. So it looks crappy here. I get focus on it. So this kid. All right, so this truck. So that's the clutch mount, and that's the bottom. And the bottom one goes right there. Okay, on the outside. Got it? Yeah, the outside. And then the top one goes, okay, it's right there. Top one. I think it goes on the inside. It's hard because the sun's in my face. There's like standing water in this cesspool of diseases. Okay, so screw right there. And so this bolt right here is the same one for both. So I think I'm gonna have to take the dash out. I don't know. But to fix the problem that I had, so this, see this sensor right here, I think I can freaking see this sensor. Okay, it's got like a screw right here. This is the other end. There's only one connector, okay? One connector. This is $100 in my hand right here. Screw it easily here. Let's see if I can get it. Yeah, it's right here. So this was in it, holding into the back of the cluster. So right there. And that's what I didn't do. So, but anyway, that's it. I kind of broke it. But usually when you take a dash off, see, this is a ground right here. And then he took it out. Oh no, it's right here. There's this big whole thing right here. Can't tell because the sun's in my face. So that is one main mounting point to it. And then there's one over there. It's also a ground. And then the dash, I believe it screws in to right here on the side. So there should be yeah, I think that's it right there. So, oh God, I wonder if he had some problems with this. But then when you put it back on, see, I just broke it, but this pushes into the dash, and then the cluster pushes up into it. It pushes against it, and if it's not in there right, none of your shit's gonna work. So you want to kind of shove it in there. But this stuff, is mounted to the back of the dash with like 7mm screws, and the only way to get to it is to, like, I guess they would pull the windshield at factory. That's what I imagine. And the cable goes up through here. I believe that's the exact location, and then the wire for the transmission goes right up through here. But if you want to go all out and take off what I did, which is that's the heating assembly for the heater and for the defroster vents, you have to take off this entire mount right here and take it off. This is the mount for the brake booster hooks up right to it from the other side. So, but this is a little different. See, he had a brake booster. I just have regular brakes in mine. So there's bolts right here. There's 4. And you can kind of see them down there. Then you have to lower the steering column. I think this is a 15 right here. The lower steering column. You have to take, you don't have to take these off or not, but then you want to, because there's all kinds of connectors that you want to take off so they won't get destroyed. But aside from that, it's really not that hard. I mean, this is all supposed to be secured. That's what these are. And then on the back of see, he already fucked this up. Like, he went through it big time. Yeah, see, this is different. This must have been a 4-wheel drive, because it's a 2.5 liter. So you can tell because the ICM or ECU is different. But the stock harness, looks like it's missing, or you kind of wrapped it around this, but it's supposed to kind of go up here, and it's gonna mount right here, and then for the lights in the stereo, it runs along, and then it mounts along this. You can kind of see those holes. You can see this little piece right here. That's so that it'll hold onto the wiring harness, and see, that's his mount for the ICM or whatever, the computer, same thing. So. But this is a really horrible example. This is really how you do it. You want to destroy somebody else's S10, not yours. So this is just rotted. let's see, he just had regular screws, Phillips screws. You know, it works, right? So anyway. Hey guys, so this is just a little update here. This is gonna be fun putting all these videos together. Now, this is more like a personal achievement video because I didn't have to take off the stupid dash. What I had to do is this is the, what is it? This is the brake pedal. And so it's just, you know, that, if you ever see that, bad. Don't drive it. So I just unhooked the brake pedal from this little, from the master cylinder. So it's, oh man, this is gonna be sort of, so it's, you can see it right there. I just unhooked it because I couldn't get to the bolt. The one's right there, and so it would just hit that bolt right there, right here. It would just run into it. So I was like, oh crap, I'm gonna have to take it off. But didn't have to. So I just undid it. Found one of the coolest Walmart tools ever. Was this little bastard right here. Just unhooked the cotter pin off of it, and it worked fine. Yeah, it's right here. Cotter pin. It popped, this tool popped it off so good. Just wrapped my arm around the steering column, the bottom, took it off, and I just tightened those up. And you know, I only took like 100 videos of these. Oh yeah, so now that makes me feel more comfortable. And also, when you change the master cylinder, you know, the threads might not go all the way up, but these mounts, or for this truck anyway, the mount, you know, this is pretty thick metal, and see I have a washer there anyway, a couple of taps, and I had a bunch of them in there anyway, a bunch of these, because it didn't, you know, the thread didn't go all the way through, you know, so it was smooth on the bottom, and so there wasn't enough room to tighten, right? So they wouldn't tighten, and that's how I screwed up one of them. And so you need these, because this mount, it goes right to the clutch, because, you know, I mean, it eliminates side to side, you know. I just have to tighten them down more. And that is, I believe it's an 18. Yeah, it's an 18. And so this will go back on, but update for the dash part of it. Again, I apologize for the sun, but you know, this is with the cluster off. Once you have the cluster off, it's pretty much ready to go. Like I said, see, there's a bolt right there, and this piece of metal right here, that is how everything mounts. Steering column mounts to it, the dashboard mounts to it. This is a big key. And so when I decided to do all this interior fun, I kind of got a little bit over my head, but eventually I got it. But the only advice that I would give to you guys is, you know, some of these wires right here, they're pretty tight, you know, so to redo this, I might want to get in here and pull it off if I can. And then yeah, there you go. See, I just pulled it off because it was wrapped around it, and then just put it right back on. So if you guys do this, just take a more, you know, I'm sure you guys have a bigger garage too, because I only have a one-car garage. So but anyway, you really can't see too much of the wiring harness here, but it's behind it. So I read it all that with electrical tape all the way around. So, and then that wire that I didn't put back on, you know, comes right through here, and then it hooks right here onto it. There's a screw for it. And of course I got another screw in here. This is the screw that I got. And so it's a little different, but I mean, if you pull off a piece like this and you did all that work, just take it. Usually I don't charge you for those screws and stuff, but this is the part. Oh yeah, so here I can just, so this piece, it just goes in just like that. You know, you take out that screw, and then this is of course for the speedo, the mechanical speedo cable. And when I drove this thing around a few times when I had it back together, without the dash, and I could see this cable spinning, so pretty nifty. So, but anyway, that's how I would do it. I was getting ready to do this, so I kind of started pulling wire through, but like I said, the harness that the stereo and the power is on for the lights, because I got lights underneath. Let's see if I can get it here. Yep, That's one of them. I can't turn it on, but there's stock little dimples into the plastic, and you could also do this. I went and I grabbed some wire, the same wire that I use for I believe this stuff. Yeah, like, so let's see here if I can find some. I think it's black and red. Yeah. So I just do, it's, of course, black is ground and red is positive 12 volt. So I just extended the wires, I mean, that's the best thing that you can do to clean it up. And that's it, man. I mean, the kid that I saw the S10 from, he bypassed it. But you can see that piece of metal, that goes inside the cab, under the hood. And sometimes that can be rusted, so it really helps to have two people. But that's if you really want to go crazy. To do that, to take off what I did, if you have the time, go for it, because then you could change the pad. You can see the pad that I put in there. It's on there pretty good. I mean, I know it looks kind of wonky, but it doesn't smell in here. It smelled really bad, like that moldy, crappy smell, and that was the pad, and it was disgusting. So, but anyway, so that's an update. So I'm gonna get all that mounted, and I'm gonna try my hardest to not stop and go play video games and just keep going. But now I got all that stuff, and that's that little hole right there. That is where the brake switch goes. That was this, see, mine's black, and it's just gotta, as long as it's, when it's up like this, that means circuit's open, and so the lights are gonna come on. And so as long as it's barely touching, you're fine. But see how this piece right here, let's see if I can get a better angle. That right there where my finger is, that just crushed right on it, and I got lucky that I didn't break it a couple times. So, but anyway, that's just an update for you. I'll try to get this thing back together today if I could. All right, guys. Hey guys, so this is berry sauce, and so I have to take my whole dash off again because of this little sensor. Sorry about the sun. I guess I could close the garage door, but this sensor goes right into the back of the gauge cluster. It goes right next to where the speedo cable is, and there's a little screw, a little machine screw that goes into the back of it, fine thread. So as you all know, the light switch side is easy. If you can't do that, take it to somebody else. So, but I know everybody can. Everybody on the forum can do this. This part is, sorry about moving the thing. I don't have a good camera. This is just off my phone. This is the hard part. The main hard part is this little cable. This is the heat and cold control. And what always happens is that this is in there in the in your HVAC controls, and it sits right in this little bastard right here. And then there's a plastic clip that is 30 plus years old, and it's very brittle, and so it breaks. And so what I've done is I just use a zip tie, and it works. It was just working fine, like a little small zip tie. It works fine. I can't find it, but works fine, no issues. And this part right here, this is the vacuum. I recommend strongly that you listen to me and you just undo it from right here. It can only go one way, so it's completely idiot proof, which helps us old people out. And this connector, this is the that's the fan control on the top, and this is, whatever you want for the heat and AC or vent. And that controls the door vents. And then what you would want to do is just write down or take a video of what I did of where the vacuum hoses go. Now this will give you some slack. So black, I know, goes right here, and then the red, there's like a red and black that goes right here, and then this sucker goes right here. And you'll know it if it's right, if when you hook everything back up, when you go to vent, if the vent comes on, but if it's opposite, it's something screwy, then you just got them crossed. And it's really easy. That's just 3 to unplug. and it's a hell of a lot easier than because I did it. I unscrewed these two little screws. I think those are 7mm, I believe. It works. You can get them back on, but just being able to like when you have everything back on, this is the tightest right here. This is really tight, and you know these kind of crack. I try to find one. This is a little cracked on the bottom. You can kind of see the crack. So the best way to do this, man, is just to pull it from here. You can unloosen it on the bottom first, and then you're set home free. And now to take off the dash, now that's a plastic. The plastic front stuff is easy. You take your speakers off, that's easy. That's an Allen, and then you take your other speaker off, that's easy. And then you can undo the screws right here. So the dash company that did mine, not going to mention their name, but they're a really good company. They did my seat. Seat looks really awesome, but I brought them the dash, and so they didn't know that I needed to put this back on. You know, they didn't know that there were screws. That can be easy. I screwed in these little holes like a dumbass, but they're going to have to do that anyway. And so probably what I'll use is just a long screw, because that's it. That's one of the mounts right there, and see, that's the screw that the guy put in. So you got a lot of room back there. Get my finger back there. Oh yeah, I got a lot of room. So I can have a pretty long screw. I could put stud or something. But anyway, up here on the top, you know, most of the, you know, there's 4 of them. They're all 7mm. Most of the tightness is from, there's a screw right here, and you have to lower the dash. I mean, you have to lower the steering column to get to it. I take all these plastic bezels off to get to it. But there is the main bolts are right here. Now I might have said the wrong size, but it might be a 13. It might be, but it's usually a 10. So there's one right there, and then there's one right here. And now this is mounted kind of strange. It's like a bar, and it goes in front of this box, in front of the HVAC box. And there's another one all the way at the other end, and it's the same thing. So there's 4 major bolts. And that's how they mount the whole car. I mean, the whole car, but the dash end. And these are really similar to what it looks like. Very similar. I think they're the same size even. But these are for, they're silver, so they're the chrome, man. Flashy. They're for the hood release. You would also want to take the brake release off, and there's a little clip. You can see it right there. It's that springy thingy. See that right there? You that's difficult because you want to pull the bracket towards you and then pull on the end, which can be kind of difficult. And there's the part in question right here. I didn't put that on right. So this is just dangling. See, this cable needs to go into the back of the dash, the cluster. And it screws in, and so that's what I screwed up on. So I just got another $100 part for 12 bucks. So once you have all these plastic pieces off, you want to lower the dash. You can just kind of rest it on your seat. It is heavy, but you're also going to want to make sure that nothing else is in the way. I would recommend that you take the what is that thing? The brake sensor, the brake light sensor, because you will break that in half. Because as soon as you lower down the dash, the steering column, it'll crush it. And that's what happened. Mine worked. I just kind of broke it, and it just kind of split because there's it's a tube, and so you can easily put it back again. Sorry for the sun. But anyway, so on the wiring harness, I had to redo my harness because of how many people broke into my truck over the years. And so I just extended the wires. And so all you need is just, you know, of course you need your power, and then your battery for the memory to save your radio stations, and your ground. I just redid them all. And so it's purdy. I soldered and put heat shrink like crazy on there, and it's great. I cleaned them up because it was pretty bad. And now, of course, you can redo the speaker wire, because, I mean, chances are after 30 years, you're not going to have your stock speaker wire, and so you can just redo that. That's easy. Okay, I know you guys can do that. I don't have the Tahoe package, but I took those mounts out of another S10 with the Tahoe package, and just I think I drilled some holes up here on the top and use those speed screws, the speed nut, whatever you call it. And I tested these out when I got the stereo back in there, just kind of playing with it, and it fired right up and works fine. So, but anyway, let me get this apart more, and I'll try to put these together. But you can see that this electrical tape, this is brand new. I spent hours on this to redo it and to make it look nice, because it was pretty bad. It was like wasn't even tape anymore. It was like Kleenex. It was just coming right off. So, but anyway, I will come back with you. But one more thing, just do that break. So this is also a ground, or it can be a ground. I recommend that wherever the grounds are, just put the same wire back where it was, just to make things easier, because things could get in the way, which is what I kind of found out about this. That wire is for my tack, because when I'm racing, I want to redline it every time. So, but main thing I have to do is I need to put the mounts, the brackets for the clutch, because this pedal, it can go from side to side on me, which probably will never happen. It's probably fine, but I don't like it that I forgot about that. So, but anyway, thanks. I'll get back to you guys in a bit.